The birth rate in Japan is so low that some officials are taking matters into their own hands and using public money, taxpayer money, in order to fund a pilot program that would freeze the eggs of women who might want to get pregnant in the future but just don't want to do it now. So this is the city of Urayasu, and it's allocating 90 million yen, or about $850,000, over 3 years to fund the research project. The average cost of such procedure, around $4,700 to $5,700, but a woman will only pay 20% of the cost with the subsidy. Women between the ages of 25 and 34 who live in this city are eligible to participate. By the way, in the United States, it costs as much as $10,000 to freeze your eggs. Yeah. So I think that this is a really interesting way of tackling a serious problem that they're having in Japan. The population is aging rapidly. Young people are less and less interested in engaging in committed relationships. They're less and less interested in having sex with one another, which is, I don't know
Which, if you've seen Japanese people, they're super sexy. And if you've read the animated literature,
So let me give you some stats, and then I want you guys to jump in on this. So if you look at the birth rate in 2012, and I'm doing this so you can kind of compare. In 2012, the birth rate in the U.S. had actually dropped a little bit to 1.88 children per woman, okay? Yeah. Obviously, this is like an average and all that stuff. Okay, and then in Japan, though, compare it to 1.88, only 1.41 children per woman. Sounds like a tiny, tiny, tiny amount, but it actually has a huge impact. But what's even more amazing about this story is that in 2012, the birth rate was even lower in Germany. It was 1.38 per woman. So anyway, I don't know what Germany is planning on doing to tackle this issue. It's something that I actually kind of want to explore later. But right now, at least this one city in Japan is like, we will help you freeze your eggs. Just please, for the love of God, have some children.
Right.
I think that's really smart because, you know, Japan as a country, for women specifically, it's only been in the last, 5 to 7 years that they're able to go and have careers of their own. They're not expected to stay home and have families. And they're really finding a sexual independence in a country of men who don't really want to have sex with women. That's been a huge problem over there.
I thought that was a small, like, subculture.
No,
but is it like a more widespread issue?
It's more of it's a widespread issue of just, you know, having a physical contact with people. It's not due to, like, you know, anime or porn or anything. It's just mainly there's a divide between the cultures. I have a couple friends who actually live in Japan. We talk about this issue quite a bit. But also women are finding larger roles in the workplace that they were denied before. And in any developing country where you see women finally gain these experiences, they don't want to stay home and have families early. So being able to have this and decide, like, okay, maybe in my 30s, I do want to have a child. This is such a progressive idea, and the fact that they're doing this, like, I kind of wish like more countries would get behind this. Hell, even here in America, because I'm 35 and I put my entire relationship and childbearing years on hold for my career. And you know, and I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, well, too late for me, but thankfully we have so many.
It's never too late.
That's crazy.
But it's fine, I can adopt. But still,
never too late. But
Hashtag impregnate Meredith.
Yes.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, but
I'm bad at hashtags. That's
I know.
not very
That's
trendy.
pretty good. Someone will trend that now. But I think, you know, but while this solves the immediate pressing problem, Japan as a whole needs to look at what is causing this. You know, is it just because women are coming to an age where, hey, we don't want to be in relationships, we don't want to have children, or, you know, where is this disconnect with the young men? And even like younger men, you know, right out of college and into their late 20s are saying, like, we just, you know, there's more men than women right now. We don't know where to meet people. It's, you know, a lot of issues. So that's, you know, there's some social issues that people need to get through because as they expand into larger cities and from smaller communities, that whole idea of like getting to know each other, it's kind of it's breaking away from what they're used to.
I mean, when I read this, I immediately thought about a few friends of mine that live here that kind of the same sentiment that you're saying. Is, you know, they're in their mid-30s and they're focused on their career. They want to have this type of job and things like that. And, oh my God, it's too late for me to have kids, or by the time I'm able to have kids, I'll be in my 40s. I thought it was a good idea. Like, hey, take the eggs, you know, freeze them, and then, you know, you ladies can have them later and stuff. You know, I don't know. I've been to Tokyo and Osaka and a few other cities over there more than 2 or 3 times. And I've, you know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of the culture in there too, they don't like to mix like Japanese, are with Japanese. They don't like to kind of mix with Koreans or Chinese, or they're very, a lot of the Asian countries are very like, be with the Japanese, especially the traditional families from what I've seen. And there is a millennial age there. There are a lot of different cultures, and the fashion world is huge there. Technology is huge there. As Brett loves anime, it's huge
I love
there.
it. I just went to Tokyo. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's quiet
Did
and
you really
clean
just go
and
to
fantastic.
Tokyo?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
of course
God,
you
you've
did.
been everywhere.
Where do you think I got these sunglasses?
Oh my
From
God.
Japan Disney Sea.
Oh my God, isn't that the
Arigatou
same
gozaimashita.
city?
Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh, look
at you guys.
That's all I know.
No,
is just
the
how to
same.
say thank you and then leave.
Genki desu ka? That means you're beautiful.
Kyotsuke ne o shirigaka o ni atadio, which means watch out, the butt's going into your face.
See?
Oh my God. Anyway, I think this is an interesting pilot program. We'll see how it works. Brett, do you want to jump in?
I just want to question. When I freeze stuff, I don't know how they do that. I just like to take a moment to say like how amazing science can be. You can freeze your kid, have it in 5 years, and it's born at 5 years old, but it looks like a little baby.
So let me just
5
say
years
something
old.
though. Some of the statistics behind freezing your eggs are pretty devastating. Like, I was under the impression that if you freeze your eggs at a relatively young age, like in your 20s, mid to late 20s, you'll be fine. It'll work perfectly once you're ready to conceive. But no, not really. The success rate of pregnancy from frozen eggs is actually pretty slim.
Oh, wow.
If a woman freezes eggs at the age of 25, the chance of successfully giving birth is 30%. At the age of 34, it drops to 20%. I mean, it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
See, guys, I'm screwed.
Is it kind of like when I froze my son's apple juice by mistake, and then when it unthawed, it just didn't taste the same?
Yep, I know
Yeah,
what
I
you
think
mean.
You know,
Chicken breast in Costco. I tried that. I tried the Foreman grilled chicken breast last.
It kind of is like watered down. It wasn't as pure, so maybe there's not a purity. It loses its.
Hair just never gets dry just because it's.
We just
not
need
there.
cyborg babies, guys.